Hi, my name is Greg Maish, and I'd like to show you a little bit about the HVR100 today. Let's start by just putting a part on the machine, adjusting the lights appropriately, and taking some simple measurements without a previous program. First thing you'll want to do is place your part in the center of the field of view. You'll then adjust your light levels and your focus to make sure that you're going to get the best measurements possible. You can use surface lighting to get features that won't be seen through the transmitted lighting, but for the simplicity's sake, we're going to just use the transmitted lighting for this demonstration. One of the very important things is that you need to make sure that you're in very good focus. You do this by zooming in on the part, looking at an edge, and then moving your zoom in and out until you start to see the stair-step pattern here. And as you can see, we started in pretty good focus. Now you can see it going out of focus. As you come back in, you'll start to see sort of a pixel stair-step pattern appear, and that means that you have optimal focus. At this point, feel free to start clicking on features to start populating the feature list, and then you can measure those features in relation to one another. For instance, we could take the distance between these two circles here. It'll show you the distance to the centers. It'll also show you the distance, the closest distance, like that, and then also the furthest distance. You can do this with most features. For a line, just simply click on a line. You can then do things like measure the distance between those lines, or measure the angle between those lines, like so. We can then use markup to see more graphically these values. For instance, there's our angular measurement. Here's diameter. Here's a distance here. You can see it's toggling between X, length, and Y. You can also discretely change these up here on the upper right. Next, I'd like to show you how to set up a simple parts program. Essentially, we'll be doing the same types of simple measurements we were just showing, although this will be part of a formal program that you can pull up and use at a later date. The first thing we'll want to do is measure some datuming features. For instance, I'm going to measure the largest outside diameter and these two smaller circles here. What I'll then do is go into this graphical interface here, and then I'm going to set our skew as these two smaller circles. What this does is it makes the line between them our horizontal axis. We'll then set the 0 point as the center of the very large circle here. And this is all somewhat arbitrary. It doesn't have to be this way. It's just what I'm deciding to do right now. Now that we have that set up, we can start to measure other features on the part, like so. And this is all being recorded as part of the program. You can see these features populating, and then we can start to do some measurements. So you can measure the distances between these circles here. We can measure the angles between these lines here. We can mark them up for ease of reading, like so. And now, if we go up to the top left and hit play, it's going to prompt us for those same features we used in the first place. So we're going to remeasure that outside diameter here. Then we're going to measure this circle. And then the rest of the program is going to play automatically and show us our results in this view here. You can also see it in the graphical interface and on the video view. Next, we'd like to show you how to take that same part program and set it up for auto part recognition. Instead of manually pulling up the program, you just place the part on the machine and it will recognize it and measure it automatically. This is one of the best features with this machine, and it allows you to measure parts with very, very little interaction. So first off, we're going to start with a pattern. Simply drag a marquee over the entire part, and you'll see it populate with these yellow spots everywhere. Now you can see we've got a little couple of stragglers here because of some specks on the stage glass, and that's very common, so you can come in here and remove those. We'll hit done. Next, we're just going to set up our datuming features like we did previously. So we'll measure these two smaller circles here. We'll measure the large circle here. We'll set those skew as those two smaller circles. and we'll set our 0 point as the large circle. Now we can measure the rest of our features, like so. And now when we hit play, it's going to use that pattern to automatically orient itself. We're going to say yes to saving changes, and then we're going to add that to our auto part recognition list here in the settings. So you go to Programs, Program Finder, Add to List, part number 12. Now, in order to activate the auto part recognition mode, on the top right here, you'll see a little play arrow. Click that and remove everything from the field of view. Now click New Part on the top left. You'll see the little play arrow go green, and when you place a part in the field of view, it's going to automatically search a database for a matching pattern. Like so. Run through the program automatically, and what's nice about this is when you take this part off and you put a completely different part on, but it's also in the library, it will measure it just as quickly. And there you have it. The M3 software allows you to use a variety of tolerance reports and a few different file types. Let me show you how to do that now. Once your measurements have been made, there's a variety of different ways you can look at the data. Under the list here, you can see various different tolerance reports in different types, and these can all be exported to the location of your choice as a TXT, CSV, TSV, or even a DXF, which is a graphical drawing that can be seen in CAD. There's also cloud export options here, and all of these are part of the automatic measurement routines in the software. One of the best modules for this machine is the thread module. What this allows you to do is to measure a variety of different types of threads very accurately and very quickly. Let me show you how to do that now. Simply select the thread module, drag the marquee over the threads, hit enter, and then done. Now when you select that feature from the feature tree, you'll be able to look at the data, including outside diameter, root diameter, pitch diameter, and pitch. You can then go set up tolerances based on normal hardware standards, or you can set custom tolerances yourself. So the flagship feature of this machine is its ability to be in both the vertical and horizontal orientations. Let me show you how that works. Simply flip the stage 90 degrees, grab it by the upper handle, and then slowly lay it down on its back. Although easily accomplished by one person, we still recommend 2 people for safety's sake. We offer a wide array of fixturing options, one of which is our standard fixturing kit, which will allow you to place your parts on the stage in the horizontal configuration with extreme repeatability. We hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Thanks for watching, and please contact Starrett for any further questions or an on-site demonstration.